I'm starting to hit a little wall. I have gotten faster. All I have to do is prep right and run with my whole heart. I'm 2 days away from running this half marathon. It's my 6th half marathon, so I don't know why I'm so nervous, but for the last 2 nights, I haven't been able to sleep. I've just been waking up at 3:30 in the morning with a racing mind, and it's impossible for me to go back to sleep. Today's Thursday. I run on Saturday morning. Throughout this whole training process, I've absolutely put pressure on myself to become increasingly faster and to reach my goal of a sub 2-hour half marathon, despite the fact that my last 2 half marathons were 2 hours and 25 minutes. So that would mean like PRing by over 25 minutes, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I had to stop to walk. You know, I'd never stop during my run. I'm only halfway through and I'm having the worst run ever. It's frustrating when you put your all into everything and you just can't seem to be or feel good enough. But then things start to improve and you begin to experience something even more lethal than defeat: hope. I feel like almost it's possible. Like the goal I had was in reach and all I had to do was just let go of wanting it so bad that it started to happen. You know that I've been training really hard and really consistently, and I've really just dedicated everything to this. But right now I'm about to head out to Brooklyn Bridge Park to pick up my running bib. It's like a whole party thing, so it should be fun. The weather has cleared up today, and through the weekend it'll be cloudy, but I think that's perfect running weather. Let's trust in the training for a moment, you know? And now just try and relax and lower your blood pressure and, and give some love to your nervous system, because I'm just like, ah. It's a long walk down to the pier. Let's see how many steps we can get in before race day. I just ran into a gentleman named Patrick. I should have thought to pull out my camera, but I didn't. Him and his wife watch my videos, which is so cool. So shout out to you guys. If you're watching this video, let me know how you did. That's really cool to meet you. Appreciate it. Hi, picking up for women's small if you have them. Perfect. Awesome, thank you very much.
For the first part really is the area of the race where if you do it correctly, you can have a very good day because you don't want to be racing that cushy. But we're not racing 13.1 miles, y'all. What we're doing is we're running 10 miles, and then we're going to race 5K. There will be 10 aid stations on the course.
Pretty hungry, so I'm gonna get this mac and cheese truck. I really want some mac and cheese. I'm officially extremely bloated from the mac and cheese. It's great. Okay, so I had an emergency when I got home and had to like make peppermint tea immediately. Yes, this is a fork. Yes, I have a sink full of dishes. We're gonna get to it. Oof, It helps the bloat. Helps the bloat. That mac and cheese was worth it. Totally. The event was fun. Okay, so here's the bib. It's real. It's happening. It's happening. I got a free tote for being a New York Road Runner member. I'm like, I thought we had to be a New York Road Runner member. They made it seem like it was they made it seem like it was a really uncommon thing. Everyone's like, thank you for being a member. I'm like, it auto renews every February. Let's see what the shirt looks like. Cute. I like the blue. Blue's cool. And then I got home and I came home to a card. Oh, shit. I got T on it. How did that happen? Okay, I'm mad about that, but I got a card that says good luck. And in it says, Dear Chelsea, sending you this card to wish you good luck with your half marathon. I hope you enjoyed the experience and are so proud of yourself. Run fast, love, Katie. Oh, Katie's one of my managers, and that's just so lovely. That's so nice. I sat here and I teared up a little bit. If these are what I think they are, yeah! What? This is so sketch. I just got a box full of Science and Sport gels in a UPS. What happened to the actual box? Like, are these good? Well, I'm glad they're here. They also have Science and Sport gels on the course, so I might end up just doing that and then using the Go gels. Anyway, we'll figure it out. So tonight I'm gonna sit down and do some yoga. I'm gonna try and breathe so I can sleep tonight. I just took magnesium. So in about 30 minutes, I'll be out. When you work hard for something and you want it for yourself so bad, it can be hard not to take yourself too seriously about it or to feel super nervous to perform when that day comes. For me, there's an added layer of I have to do well not only for me, but because thousands of people are watching. My losses are your losses and my wins are also your wins, and I can't let you down. We built up for this moment for a while, and what I was realizing at this point was that the effort of trying to do something you didn't think you could do should be and is enough, not the outcome of the thing. But it's not always as easy as it seems to adopt that mentality, especially when things start to go awry that you can't really control. And that unfortunate turn of events, I feel like I'm coming down with some sort of sickness. I've just been feeling stuff in my throat all week, and now it's finally feeling like it's getting worse, which sucks. I took a COVID test though, and we're totally negative. I don't think you can see that at all. Maybe you can. So that's good, but I've just been resting all day, which is such a luxury. So today's focus is just resting, not psyching myself out, eating enough, drinking water, electrolytes, peeing and pooping. Not sponsored. Also, the other day I was filming an ad for Factor that was in my vlog last week. In the ad, I was packing up all the Factor meals into a box. So it was like part of the skit. It was part of the bit. Well, I never put them back in the refrigerator until I like couldn't sleep in the middle of the night that night and realized, oh my God, all of my meals that I ordered were just sitting out, and they had been out for about 8 hours. And I was like, oh man. Any other week I might have been like, go for it, keep eating it, it's fine. But I got like extra meals because of my carb loading and race prep, and now I left them out of the fridge for so long. I'm like, oh my God. I didn't want a chance getting food poisoning, so I am leaning into food delivery only for this week. I do it every once in a while, but today I'm probably gonna order it twice. So for breakfast I had avocado toast because that sits well with my stomach every morning. I'm gonna have it tomorrow morning too, and then I just got a salad from Sweet Green. How much was this? Frickin' $30, including delivery, tax, and tip. This is the most important part, these sweet potatoes. Hell yeah. Hot honey mustard. I worked a lot this morning, so I took a nap until I heard the doorbell ring. I have quite a bit of race prep to do today. Super lucky that I have the time to do that. Laundry, finishing up a yoga session. I desperately need to charge all my devices and set everything out for tomorrow morning. I'm hoping to be in bed around 10:30 because any earlier than that, I'm not gonna even be able to fall asleep. I'm in wave 2 tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m. There's another wave 1 starts at 7 a.m. I'm honestly really glad I got put in the second wave to get an extra hour of sleep. Ooh, this wild rice. Sweet cream. Okay, I don't want to jinx anything, but eating this is bringing me back to life. I'm feeling like I'm a battery slowly charging. Girl, maybe I just needed some vegetables. I had avocado this morning. Is that a fruit or a vegetable? My back's a little tight, so I'm putting like some magnesium balm on it along with Tiger Balm. I feel a lot better, so that's nice. False alarm.
Called the Soul Sanctuary, and
What's happening in the here and the now? Sounds around you.
Dinner.
Got
Let's
music
rewind.
Playing, there are any sounds around you, the sound of my voice.
sweep the right arm up to the sky.
Do you see this? It's not a first trimester pregnancy. Well, it's a food baby. So it's first trimester food baby. This is like a third trimester food baby, actually. Oh, the salt. So bloated. Plus the electrolyte salt. I'm just like, I feel like a balloon. Perfect timing to try on what I'm gonna wear tomorrow.
Look, saint versus sinners, the poor versus riches, top ramen place versus 5-star dinners. Wonder why I fit in, the humblest beginnings. Had to take some losses before I saw my first winnings. Silver line grinning, poverty line thinning. My life is like a movie and the plot just sticking. Came from broken homes trying to break the old traditions. Left my old ways for my future acquisitions. I know, no such thing as playing both sides. I know, life is better in the dope ride. I know, the water better in the low tide. Music better amplified, staying down for upsides. I know, no such thing as playing both sides. I know, the life is better in the dope ride. I know.
Everything is charged. I have my list for the morning. I made a new playlist. I finished eating all the carbs. I even made some tea so I can digest all that pasta. I wrote down the cross streets where my Uber needs to drop me off tomorrow. And I know what time I'm waking up, which is 4:30. Everything's ready. I'm hoping that my strategy is good too. It's a lot of hills for the first 6 miles, and then it's mostly downhill, so I'm gonna be pacing myself in the first 6. 10:26, right on time. Let's go to bed. The morning of race day to me feels like the buzz of live theater, opening and closing night combined. Instead of auditioning, I made my own damn show, so anything could happen. Goal for the morning is try to poop. I'm not even lying. But you've done all the rehearsal you can do, and now it's time to show yourself what you're made of. It's not my best work, but who's watching? No memorizing lines, but it's still all muscle memory. How your legs feel when they hit that perfect pace. How your lungs feel when you can finally run and take a deep breath at the same time. Oh, it's so good. Relax, but not too much. And strategy. It's all about strategy. Socks. Come on, guys. Help me out here. The sun's coming up. Am I about to run a half marathon, or am I like preparing for the apocalypse? My watch, my Whoop, my electrolytes, my GoPro, my AirPods. These gels are fat and take up too much space. I got my snot rag, my chapstick, my debit card, my corded headphones in case my AirPods die. Got my extra GoPro battery, I got 5 gels, and I don't have my phone in there. Got my water bottle, got a coat for after in case I need it. Banana, protein shake for after. Is that it? wondering if I should ditch the undershirt. Everyone's in shorts in there. I should have worn shorts. I don't know what to do. What am I feeling? Excited. I feel a little nervous.
I agree.
I feel fueled. I feel like I did the best I could, so whatever happens, I'm gonna be fine with it. If we're not under 2 hours, it's gonna be okay. There's always next time. Not even a half a mile. Feel good. Try not to go out too fast. Mile 2, feeling okay. Trying to pull back on pace a little bit until I'm out of Prospect Park. But I'm at like 9:30 a mile. So I feel it's good. Woo! 5K officially. I feel good. As long as I hold on to this pace, I'm good. We just headed into Prospect Park. We're about to enter the hardest part of the race. The most hills, so I'm gonna focus. Let's go. Crushing Prospect Park. 7.5. Georgina, if you were there, I missed you. I don't know where to look. 8.5. I've kept a steady pace, but it's hard. I'm starting to hit a little wall. $15K. Yes, I got this. I can do this. Let's go. Definitely PR'd. Didn't make 2 hours, but I ran that thing the best I possibly could. I'm really, really proud. Thank you. Let's go. Hey everyone, I met Peyton. Yay! Oh, you have volunteer. She's so nice. That was so cute. What? She did it! She came at mile like 12. You were there at mile 12?
Mile 12, baby.
Yeah.
It was a good mile.
Everyone looked like they were dying. It was great. It was a great mile. That was my favorite mile. That was probably my least favorite part.
Yeah, that was great.
I like saw her and was like, I almost threw up 3 times. It was awesome.
Flash across my screen.
Let's go! Woo!
Thousands upon thousands of New Yorkers here with us, and you know what?
day. What a day. I'm very, very tired, obviously. I don't even think I have words ready to speak. I don't think I'm ready to talk yet. I guess right now I'm feeling a little bit sad because when you complete something that you've worked on and that's like your focus and then it's over, it's a little bit bittersweet, but it came out a huge success and I couldn't be more proud of myself. It feels great. So I'm gonna eat this. Me and my hot date, some miso soup, a ton of sushi. See you tomorrow. Hello. It's been a few days now since the race. I've fully recovered. I'm not sore anymore. Life is good. My overall time was 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 24 seconds. I know it's way off of the sub 2 hour goal. Sub 2 hour is like a time less than 2 hours. It's way off from that. I'm not surprised, but I'm also very proud of that time. I don't think there was a single moment after I finished the race that I wasn't super excited about that time. Sub 2 hour was just kind of like a point to work towards, and working towards that got me to 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 24 seconds. My last 2 half marathons prior to this one, I ran in 2 hours, 25 minutes. Both of them were 2 hours, 25 minutes. So I PR'd by a little less than 15 minutes, which I think is huge. The performance that I gave was very accurate to the training that I did and the paces that I trained for. So I'm really proud of myself for that. And here's a breakdown of the splits. I'll put them all on the screen. I was tracking my splits in 3 different platforms. I actually ran with my Garmin 45 and I haven't used it since last year. I didn't use it at all in this training block, but I really wanted something to give me an accurate pace before the half mile mark when my Strava would alert me, and that's what I trained with just my Strava. So when I say like sub 2 hour was my goal, I didn't have a plan mile per mile on times I needed to hit. It was just all very loose, and like I'm trying to be as intuitive about it as possible because, you know, when I realized during my training that sub 2 hour probably wasn't going to happen, you know, I just kind of became a little bit more loose with it. But I wanted to run at a pace that was definitely still challenging because I did really want to PR in this race. And this Brooklyn Half Marathon with New York Roadrunners is a fantastic race to PR. So anyways, let me take you through kind of what happened. That morning, you saw I made an avocado toast. Please note that I've had avocado toast before all of my long runs during training. So I didn't foresee any issues happening. That morning, the avocado that I was gonna use was like super bruised, so I threw it away. And then the only other one I had was underripe. So I'm wondering if it was this underripe avocado that set my stomach ablaze. That really freaking sucked. From the moment I finished my breakfast, I had this pit in my stomach, and I haven't had that ever. And I think it's also because, my focus in the morning, I was very blunt about it. This is all TMI, but this is stuff runners really deal with, is I couldn't go. I couldn't go. I could pee, but I couldn't do anything else, if you know what I mean. That's something that I consistently was able to do through all my training runs. And I think maybe that's because a lot of my training runs were in the afternoon. I'd wake up and have ultimately more time to digest. But that's why I woke up at 4:30 so that I could start eating at 5. So that would give me 3 hours to digest. And they say that that was enough time, but there was something really, really off in my stomach, and I can't pinpoint what it was. My first 5K and a little bit after that felt really, really good. I took my first gel, no problem, and I was really strong going up the Battle Pass Hill in Prospect Park. It's kind of equivalent to the Harlem Hill, that really, really steep one in Central Park, up in the northern part of Central Park. None of that really kicked my ass, and I was very impressed with myself because I trained on hills. I felt like I was really ready to take it on, and that's exactly what I did. My pace did not waver. Everything was going as planned until about mile 10. Things started to go awry around then. The Go Gel, I was actually like almost throwing up. I almost threw up a few times. I was low-key gagging. And the second half of my last gel, I had to go to the side, start walking, and spit it out because I genuinely thought I was gonna throw up. I was feeling very, very nauseous. And that's kind of the moment I realized that I'm really not gonna make a sub 2 hour marathon, and that was kind of bumming me out. But I was also thinking of like how everyone was watching me virtually, and I'm like, I gotta keep going. So I started running again, and then a wonderful subscriber, Olivia, came up from behind me and she's like, Chelsea, I watch your videos, I recognize you because of your haircut. And we chatted for I don't know even how long it was. I feel like I had blacked out during that conversation, so apologies if I was not even coherent with you, but her positive energy was exactly what I needed at that moment. And for the next mile, a John Summit song came on my AirPods, and I was like, okay, we're making it through. Then I was like, oh, my body needs to go. It finally needs to go. Mile 11. We had passed like one of the last water stations. It might have been the last water station. I was like, I don't think there are any toilets left in the race, and I still have 2 miles to go. So I like found a couple, thank God I found a couple straggler outhouses. I ran in there. I did as much business as I needed to do, not all of it, but enough business. Cut the call short. And I think in like 25 to 30 seconds, I was back out there. But it's kind of like in that moment, I'm gauging whether or not like this is really going to be an issue, or how long do I need to stay here, or can I just do a little bit and then finish up later, if you know what I mean? We can circle back. And also, like, I've never had any issues with that on any run I've ever done. I've never had a bathroom emergency until that moment, like in the critical moment of the race. I felt a little bit better, but I was still feeling very nauseous and a little bit like just sweaty in the wrong ways. If you know, you know. The last 2 miles were absolutely horrific. I was genuinely wondering, like, questioning why I was doing this. I was like, none of this is fun anymore. I'm like, I'm good never to train for a half marathon again. Like, I was really not having fun. It's just not as enjoyable for me when I have some sort of time goal. I learned. So I'm not sure if I'll ever do a half with a time goal again, although you know how close I was to like, I wasn't that close, but I was a little close to a sub 2 hour run. So I'm just like, I guess I can't retire early until I do that. But I don't know if it's something that's going to be in the cards. I know that I could not have run that any faster than I did on that day. I put everything I had into that. That was the absolute fastest I could have ran that. And that's nice to have peace of mind knowing that. Training is really humbling because you could do everything right. You could show up every single training run for the however many weeks. For me, it was like 10 to 12 weeks that I trained. You can show up, you can hydrate enough, you can do whatever. But like if the day comes and your body is just not feeling right, factors that you have no control over can like make or break your day. And I think that was kind of the case with my run. I trained super consistently, so I did PR by 15 minutes, but I think I could have done better if I had made like better dietary choices, or I don't know. That also kind of leads me into health and kind of what's next. For me, you all know I have hypothyroidism. A lot of you reach out to me saying that you also have it, and it's like, talk more about it, whatever. But like, I'm not a doctor. I'm just starting to learn more about it now, and I've had it. I've been diagnosed for over 10 years. Doing intensive exercise, like running and high intensity interval training and all the things you need to do to race properly, to train, it's really inflammatory in the body. And one of my biggest symptoms for hypothyroidism is fatigue. And no matter how much you sleep, you just never feel awake. But there are other types of exercise that are way healthier for people with thyroid imbalances and like hormone imbalances, and that's kind of something that I want to explore. I'm really curious to see how my body responds if I start implementing more anti-inflammatory practices into my life in every way, in my nutrition, my workouts, everything. So that's kind of where I'm at. I do have around 7 more races to qualify for the marathon for next year. So it's called the 9+1 program. It's one of the ways New Yorkers are able to get guaranteed entry into the marathon for the following year. So this is for 2025, not for this year. I mean, I have a 10K in 2.5 weeks. And then from there, it's like a lot of summer Saturdays will be spent doing loops around Central Park. So there'll be some running content. There'll be more running content for you, definitely. But I think my focus is going to change a little bit from such intense runs and see if I can maintain my endurance and build more strength in a way that works for my body specifically. But training for this race has really gave me purpose. And just because I didn't make my goal doesn't mean that this race wasn't a humongous success. I ran into several subscribers like expo day and race day, and that just It's really surreal. Thank you everyone who came up to me in person and said hi. I feel like I get really awkward in the moment. So I hope I didn't say anything stupid. Just thank you for even saying hi. So that was really awesome to meet you all. Thank you for coming along with me through this whole running journey for this race. I learned so much. And will definitely take what I learned into future races. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your constant support. If you like this video or it made you feel any type of way, give it a thumbs up before you go, and make sure to subscribe as well, or leave a comment to say hi, especially if you're a silent subscriber. All of that engagement really helps YouTube recognize my channel and push it out to other awesome people like you, so we can continue to grow our little community here. I'll see you in the next one. On to the next. Exciting.